Gauri.
Good evening, everyone. It's an instruction for all those candidates who are joined with the first name and last name. Please add your institute initials or institute name after your last name with underscore. Otherwise, today I will remove all that candidates who are not joined with that mandatory naming convention. For example, you can join uh, like that, or you can join So that's acceptable, which I'm posting here. But to make clear attendance for you, I need your identification with your college or institute. So after your name at the end, you can use your institute initials or institute name. So please remove yourself and write that correct naming convention. And after that, you can join your meeting. I will wait till you correct that naming convention. No, Hamida, I'm not making any report of the programs which we are take every day. I just holding files. You can make your own report. If you have any question regarding these, I will help you. But I'm not going to create any report for you. Okay. So good evening, everyone. That's a mandatory instruction that when you are join your meeting, you can use your first name underscore last name underscore your institute initials or institute name. That's a mandatory things. Otherwise, we will remove you from meeting. Okay. So what the things we are going to learn today? But before that, before learn that things, what's the things we are going to learn today? We are going to learn access modifier. After that, we are going to learn wrapper classes. After that, we are going to learn the types of classes. So that things we are going to learn today. But before start that new concepts, is any question regarding interface? Is there any question regarding interface? Okay, that's good. If you have any question regarding interface, then you can ask me right now. Otherwise, we will move to next topic. What's your name? Arundhati. Arundhati, look here. I deliver a concept, that concept how you can create multi-level inheritance. So you can apply that multi-level inheritance within a interface also. And multi-level inheritance we can take with the classes that rectangle shape, rectangle and circle. And after that spread, that circle are extend shape class, spread are extend circle class. That's a multi-level. Yes, of course. Hamida, that's correct. We can take interface and multiple inheritance together with the interfaces. Is any other question? Yes, is any other question there? Arundhati, did you have that program which we are created for multi-level?
Sir, please speak loudly.
Did you have Arundhati? Did you have that program which we are write for multi-level? Okay, before start a new concepts, I just want to check that my voice are audible and screen are visible to you. Okay, that's good. So what the things we are going to learn? Today we are going to learn access modifier. What we are going to learn? Access modifier. So what is the access modifier? Access modifiers in Java define the visibility and accessibility of classes and classes members. That means variables, methods, constructor. Java provide 4 access modifiers to control the scope of class members. So here, I'm going to create one simple table for you. You just need to remember that table. Once you are remember that table, it is easy to write a code. So first we can create a table, then I can prove that table with a write a code. Okay, it's for access modifier. So table name is access modifier. It's have some column. First column is modifier. First column is modifier. The second column is class. Third column is a package. The fourth column is a subclass. That subclass we are write outside of package. That subclass we are going to write outside of package. After that, the project. So we have a modifier a column, class column, package column, subclass column, and project column. So 5 columns we have within our table. Okay. After that, there are 4 types of modifiers. So first modifier is a private. The second modifier is a default. The third modifier is a protected. And the last and fourth one modifier is a public. Okay. So that's my table. And we need to prove that table. First, we need to write a table. So here, private is accessible within a class. What I say? Private is accessible within a class. So I can write there, yes, private is accessible within a class, right? After that, is private accessible within a package? So within a package, it's not accessible. So I'm right there, no. Is it accessible outside a package? No. Is it accessible within a project? No. It's not accessible within a project. It's not accessible within a subclass. That subclass defined in outside a package. After that, default access modifier. Look here. The access modifier we are used for class, for variable, for method, for constructor. Okay. So private is accessible only within a class. After that, default. The default access modifier, that means when we are not use any modifier before declare any class, any variable, any method, any constructor, then that member or class holding a default access modifier. So that default access modifier, is it accessible within a class? Yes, it is accessible within a class. After that, is it accessible within a package? Yes, it is accessible within a package. After that, it is accessible within a subclass. That subclass is outside of package. So that's not possible. That's not possible. Okay. After that, is it possible that default we can access out within a project or outside a project? So answer is no. It's not accessible. After that, the protected. What means protected? It allow access within the same package and in the subclasses outside the package. It is useful for inheritance when we want to share functionality while restricting access to the outside world. Then we can use protected. So that protected is accessible within a class. Yes, it is accessible within a class. Is that accessible within a package? Yes, it is accessible within a package. Is that it's accessible within a subclass? Yes, it is accessible in a subclass. That subclass we are defined outside of package or inside a package. It's accessible. So I can say yes. Is it accessible within a project? So it's no. So it's not accessible within a project or outside a project. Okay. After that, the public. The public is accessible within a class. Yes, it is accessible within a class. Is it accessible within a package? Yes, it is accessible within a package. Is it accessible within a subclass? That subclass we are declared outside of package. Yes, it is accessible. After that, is it accessible within a project? Yes, it is accessible within a project and outside of project also. So that's a table. You must be remember that table for access modifiers. Now the question is what? I write here that table. Can it is necessary to prove that table? Or you can prove that table? Yes. What you want? I will prove table, or you can prove table. You will prove table. Okay. So first one, the private access modifier. Okay. So within a class, I'm declare one private member. That any private member you can declare there. That may be a that's good, Sushant. It's a good initiative, but I will deliver that things. So the private access modifier. So private access modifier we can declare with a class, with a method, with a variable, with a constructor. But when we are declare a private any member, it will not accessible outside of class. For example, I am declare private. It's a private variable, and I declare it's a 10. Hmm? The value is a 10. Okay. And now I want to access it within a class. So within a main method, I create an object, that object of access modifier. And using that object, I will display value. That means access that variable. Okay, that's good, right? That's accessible. Yesterday, that's accessible, right? That means that private accessible within a class everywhere. But is it possible to access outside a class? Let's see. So I create one another class, uh, modifiers access outside class. So that's my class name. So now within that class, I want to access that private member. Let's see, is it accessible or not? So same thing. I can create an object, and that object will be access this method. And check there. I create an object. It's acceptable. But when I'm going to access the private member using that object, then it's a given error. That error is what? Multiple makers at this line. because we are not write any method. Okay, so that's why I'm going to create one method void access. That's a method name, and within that access we can check that is accessible or not. So look here, the simply it's a given error that the field access modifier private var is not visible. So it's not accessible outside of class. So private is not accessible outside a class. After that, let's create one default. So int when we are not declare anything, then it's a default variable, a default member, class member. So let's access that default thing within a class. So I'm going to prove that table. That's a default, right? So it's accessible within a class. That means that thing are true. Huh? After that, it is accessible within a package. So let's check. It is accessible within a package. So within a package, we have Hello Java program, right? So within Hello Java, I'm going to access that variable. So which variable we have? That default. So I'm going to access that things within Hello Java in public static void main. Look here. Of course, private is not accessible. It's accessible only within a class. So I'm comment that things. So default is accessible within a package. Default, it's not showing error. That means what? It's accessible within a package. So our this condition that it's proof it's accessible within a package. Is it accessible within a subclass? That subclass we are declare. Yes.
एकंदरीत म्हणजे आपल्याला समजून कळतंय.
Okay. So let's create one subclass. And that subclass we required outside a package. That means what? We need to create one package. So here I'm going to create one package, and that package name is access. Access. Or that package is say make a simple package name. Modifiers. That's the package name. Within that package, I create one class. That class name is access. That class name is access holding public static void main. These class are extends access modifier class. But where we are declare this class outside of package. So this class extends access modifier class. So we need to import that things. Let's done. Now let's check, is it accessible? That default are accessible outside of package but within a subclass. So I just copy that content, paste it. Look here, default and private are not accessible there, right? So let's comment. Okay. So that things are so proof. It's not accessible within a subclass which declare outside of package, and it's not accessible within a project. After that, the protected. So for a protected, I create one another member that's a protected. protected. Okay. So that protected variable 30. Value is 30. So I just want to access within a class. So it is accessible within a class. That's a protected. It's accessible. Compiler are not given any error. So that's accessible there. Let's check, is it accessible within a package? So within a package, we have one program. That program is what? Hello Java, right? Hello Java. So let's see here, is it accessible or not? So let's check. Look here. That protected member is accessible within a package. So it's accessible within a package. Let's check, it is accessible within a subclass. Which subclass declare outside of package? Madhav Shinde. Madhav Shinde. Okay. So let's see. It's access modifier, that is a protected. So we are declare protected short, and that's a protected variable. And that variable we need to access within subclass. So within, it's a subclass. Access is a subclass of access modifier. So that's why uh, that's why okay, I'm going to check why my screen are invisible. Okay, before continue, just I want to check that my voice is audible and screen are visible to you. Okay. So, so what we are doing? access modifier for protected. Within a subclass, that subclass we are declare outside a package. So here we are declare protected variable, and that variable we are access the outside of package within a subclass, and it's accessible, right? After that, uh, within a project, is it accessible? Within a project means what? That means what? Within a project, is it accessible? That means what? Uh, within outside of package, we can create one another class. That class is a not subclass. So let's check is there it's accessible or not. So here I create one method, that method void. That method name is access. And within that method, I need to access that protected. And check that protected is accessible or not. Look here, that protected is not accessible. That protected is not accessible the outside of package. That means within a project. So that's also true. So that's also true. After that, last one is public is accessible everywhere. So let's check. We need to declare public. So here we are declare one public. Is public accessible within a class? Let's check. It's a public. So public is accessible within a class. Is it accessible outside of class? Let's check. It is accessible of outside of class. Is it accessible within a subclass? That subclass declare outside of package. It is accessible within a subclass which subclass declare outside of package. Is it accessible within a project? That means anywhere, within any class. So that's accessible within any class because we are declare it's a public. Because protected variable we are declare as a static. That's why we are not use object. Because protected it's defaultly available for a sub childs. Class object is not required there. Sushant, did you present on that class where we are discussing inheritance? Okay. So can you tell me what is the means inheritance? the pass a property from one class to another class. And our access is our child class. And what's the parent class name? Access modifier. So that access modifier, it's a default, members of access modifier, it's a directly access to a child class. So that's why we are not use a object there. So all members who are thumbs up, that members are understand these things. The okay. So the table is proof. That table is a proof. So I'm going to share that table with you. You just remember that table. So everything is easy. I'm going to share that table with you. Oh, that table are not printed very well. Okay, don't worry. I will share that file. So once I'm share that file, it will be printed very well. Okay, so don't worry. But you need to remember that table. And why we are use modifier? That means where we are use modifier? To class, to variable, to method, to constructor. We are use modifiers. Okay, so let's move. So for our next topic, wrapper classes. So I'm going to create one file. That file is a class file. That file name is wrapper classes. Okay, we require publish that void main. Okay, so before write anything, we need to understand what is the wrapper classes. The wrapper classes in Java convert primitive data types into objects. These classes belong to a java.lang package and are useful when working with collections, generics, and object-oriented programming concepts. So why we are use of wrapper classes? For object representation, like array list cannot store primitive data type. So wrapper classes help store primitive values as objects. For utility method, we are use wrapper classes. That means wrapper classes provide useful method to perform operation on numeric values. To boxing and auto boxing, we are use wrapper classes. That means what automatic conversion between primitive types and wrapper objects. So that's a purpose to use wrapper classes. So how many wrapper classes are there within a java.lang package? Look here. There are 8 primitive data type. So there are 8 primitive wrapper classes are there. So 8 wrapper classes are there. That is a byte, short, integer, long, float, double, character, and boolean. They are classes. That means their first name is a capital always. So here you can ask that things what is the auto boxing and unboxing. Look here, it's a general methodology. What means auto boxing? Automatic conversion of primitive type to its wrapper class objects. That means auto boxing. What means unboxing? Automatic conversion of wrapper object to its corresponding primitive type. That means unboxing. So using wrapper classes, it's enable working with the collection framework. It's a provide utility methods for numeric operations. It's allow primitive values to be stored as object. It's a help in serialization and deserialization. So that's why we are using wrapper classes. So wrapper classes bridge the gap between primitive and objects. They enable auto-boxing and unboxing and making Java more flexible. And that's why we need to understand a wrapper classes. So when we are think about wrapper classes, there are 8 wrapper classes are there, right? And these all from that 8 wrapper classes, there are 6 numerical wrapper classes. That is a byte, short, int, long, float, and double. These wrapper classes extend one class. That class are called a number class. So, okay. So I'm going to repeat boxing and auto boxing, unboxing. So what means auto boxing? Automatic conversion of primitive type to object. That means auto boxing. What means unboxing? Automatic conversion of wrapper object to its corresponding primitive type. That means unboxing. Object, once again, auto boxing means what? Automatic conversion of primitive type to its object. Unboxing means what? Automatic conversion of wrapper object to its corresponding primitive type. That's a unboxing. So is it clear? Okay. So let's see the example of wrapper classes. How many wrapper classes are there? How many number of primitive types are there? That much wrapper classes are there. So, okay. So here I'm going to create one demonstrate method to briefly understand these wrapper classes. And once you are briefly understand that wrapper classes, Sukanya can judge that things why we are not use typecasting with the wrapper classes. Okay. So it's a void. So we can start from byte. Okay. So byte is a wrapper class there, right? Byte is a wrapper class. So how it is possible to create an object using that wrapper class? Look here. I'm going to create object of this wrapper class. That is a byte B. And byte B is what? Object. It's for your understand, I write B object. So it's a byte object. I want to initialize that byte object equal to what's the older way? That older way is a new byte and 55, the value. That's the older way, but we are not go with the older way. So that's why I just comment these things and create the new object, byte B object equal to, instead new, wrapper classes provide methods. That method I need to call using byte dot value of method. What's the method? Value of. So here I'm use a value of method, and that value of method holding the byte value. So that's why I need to write their byte value. Byte value is 120. That's a byte value. But in older way, that means older time, on that time we required to make a typecasting here like a byte. So here we are create object of byte class using that way, but that casting is not required. So I remove that things. So it's a value of byte, that's a 120. But 120, it may be a short, it may be a integer. So that's why to tell that 120 is a byte, we require these things, that is a byte casting. Otherwise, you can create a byte variable, that's the name is a b, and assign value 120. And once you are assigned that value 120, it's not required. So remove and let's use b only. So that's the value is a byte. So here we are use a boxing. What we are use? Boxing. Convertive primitive to wrapper object. So here we are used boxing. That means auto boxing. We can say auto boxing. Auto boxing. So here we are converted that byte primitive type value into object. So I hope you are clear that things what means auto boxing. Is any question regarding this? It's auto boxing. We are converted that 120 value into object. We are converted that value into object. So that's called auto boxing. It's in short, we can call it boxing. Boxing. After that, let's see one example of unboxing. What means unboxing? Unboxing means what? So let's see automatic unboxing. Okay. So byte is a data type. It's a b variable. B is a variable, and I want to assign a value of b. The variable is a object, and here it's a unboxing. It's a unboxing. That means we convert wrapper object to a primitive automatically. That's a unboxing. Is it question? That new byte for Tanvi, I might explain that question answer. A new byte, it's a deprecative. It's a deprecative. That the deprecative is what? Why? The a classes, that means these classes is a static classes. All classes is a static. That means they are holding their own memory. So using value of, we can create a memory within that memory block which are predefined. So that's why we are use value of method to create a new object. So here you need to understand pool. What means a pool? Within a pool is a fixed memory area, and within that memory area we are storing our objects. If we are use a new, then that new keyword are create their own pool. And nowadays we are not allow that things. That means Java is not allow that things for wrapper classes. So that's why we are use value of to create object. The next question is what? Tanvi, did you understand that thing? Tanvi, are you there? Okay. Next question is what? Autoboxing supported for all primitive types in Java. Yes, of course. Autoboxing is supported for all primitive types in Java. It's a feature of wrapper classes. So that's why all wrapper classes are supported unboxing and autoboxing. Can we move? Sukanya? Okay. So that means these wrapper classes provide some common methods to convert values. So let's see that common method. We can say it's byte wrapper methods. So that I can say that's bytes wrapper method. Okay. So how many methods are there? There are a number of methods. You can use that method. So here, first things I want a box. It's done automatically. What's our object? B object. So it's printed that value with the primitive type. After that, let's make it unboxing. What's value we have? P variable. Okay. So we have that two value. Now, let's see the methods. The methods is parse byte from string. So to display output, I can directly call this method within the system.out.println. Okay. So let's convert byte value into string. Let's convert byte value into string. So here I'm use byte dot pass. And what's a byte string? So that's a string into byte. Convert. So that's converted into byte. So that's a conversion of string to byte. So here we are convert byte to string and string to byte using the methods that methods are provided by byte wrapper class. After that, the next method. Okay. If you want to convert into double, then we have one method. That method is a double value. That method convert that particular object into double. After that, like double, I have number of variables like byte, b variable is there. After that, short, s variable is there. After that, int, int variable is there. After that, long variable is there. After that, float variable is there. Hmm? So I want to convert that byte object into a number of primitive type. Can it is a possible? Yes, it is a possible. It is a possible using the methods provided by byte wrapper class, and we can use that methods equal to I want to convert the object into byte type. So the object, it's a 2 dot byte value. So it's a converted into byte. After that, I want to convert the object into short type. I just want to check that my screen are visible there. Is my screen are visible? Okay, just wait. Okay, sorry for disturb. So I want to convert a object value into short. So how it is possible? The object name, that be object, and after that the short value. After that, I want to convert the object into integer value. So it's a int value. Method is there. So using that method, we can convert the object into integer value. After that, I want to convert into long value. So there are object dot dot the long value method is there. Now I want to convert the object into float value. So the object to dot float value. This method is available. So that number of methods are available to make a conversion. That number of methods are available to make a conversion, and it's common methods. That all methods are available in each and every wrapper class. I just want to check is my voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So that all common methods are available within each and every wrapper class. So that's available for short object, that's available for integer object, that's available for long object, float object, double object, right? So now I'm going to show you different specific methods which is available for that particular wrapper class. Okay, so I'm not repeating these things, huh? Okay. Okay, so let's create one new method. That method void short wrapper class. Short is a wrapper class. So how we can create object? Let's tell me how I can create a short object, short class object. Yes. What I say? In byte wrapper class method, whatever things I am right, it's a common for each and every wrapper class. So how I can create short wrapper class object? Short, it's a class name, object name s object, short object equal to, after that class name short dot value of, and that's a short. We need to assign a short value here. It's 129. So that's a short value. That's a short value. Yes, right. Absolutely right, Sushant. No, do not use a new keyword. I told you the new keyword is a deprecated to create a wrapper class object. We can use a new keyword to create our own custom object for our concrete class. Do not use a new keyword for wrapper class object. Okay, next. Other all things are common. I just show you difference. To convert a string into short object, we have a method. That method name is a parse short. It's accept string value, and that string value converted into short object after that. It's also possible that we can convert a string value into our object using value of method. Tanvi, your question is correct. That question is what? When we are learn native programming languages, on native programming languages, it's a clear shot that that thing is what? When we are use that things on native, its conversion is what? Lower to higher is automatically, but higher capacity to lower we require explicitly. So here, how it's a convert? So it's a convert. Um, it's a convert a byte to short, short to int, int to long, long to float, float to double. It's a convert implicitly. It's a implicit conversion. But when we have the conversion from higher to lower, double to float, float to long, long to int, into short, short to byte. Then it's required explicit conversion. It's a required explicit conversion. So Tanvi, I hope you understand these things. And instead that you can use directly wrapper class methods. So next question from Sukanya. Sir, are the methods of wrapper classes used only within a wrapper class? No, you can use, that's all static methods. These all are static methods. You can use that static methods outside of your current wrapper class. That means anywhere you can use. Like, look here, we are use one concrete class. That name is wrapper class. It's not a wrapper class. It's a concrete class. So that name is wrapper class. So it is a possible that we can use wrapper classes method, which method are declared within that byte class. We just access or call that method within our byte wrapper class method. So that wrapper class is not wrapper class. It's a name of concrete class. And byte, that byte, short, integer, long, float, double, these are wrapper classes. Character, boolean, these are wrapper classes. So Sukanya Wag, is this clear? Sukanya, are you there? Okay, there are not have any response. So let's move. So the next thing is what? There are another method. That method, suppose you required to convert a value into binary, octal, and hexadecimal. Then how it is possible to convert? Let's check. So sys out into binary. So I want to convert that piece into binary. So how it is possible? Plus what's our method object name? The object name is what? S object dot to binary. So to binary is not available to a short. So we can use to string. So it's converted into string. It's converted into string. So let's check the next wrapper class methods. That next wrapper class is what? Integer. So now it's an integer wrapper class. So within integer wrapper class, we can create object with integer object. That's we can say it's a I object. It's a value of method call from integer class. And that short value we are converted into integer. Okay, after that, here we have the method to convert into string, that I object. So it's a convert into string. After that, I want to convert value into binary. So that's a binary value. So it's to binary string. To binary string. So it's a convert into binary string. And what's the value we need to convert into binary string? That value we need to pass here. So 129 I want to convert into binary string. After that, if you want to convert a value into octal string, then also it's available. So it's a octal string. It's converted into octal string. If you want in hex, then the value are converted into hex string. So that additional methods are available for integer and long. Where for integer and long value, that additional methods are available. After that, the double. For double, whatever method we have within a byte value, that all methods are available for double wrapper class. And next, so integer, long, and float and double. After that, I want to show you character. Character have different methods. What's a short bracket? Vaishnavi, please tell me a line number. If you're say that line number 34, there we are use a short. Look here, defaultly JVM are holding whatever numbers, it's a type of integer. Like any relational real number is like define double, like any decimal number, it's a integer. So no need to use that casting. Yes, it is possible that you can create your own wrapper class, but for that purpose, you required to extend one parent class. That parent class is a number parent class. So if you are extend number parent class, then it is possible that you can create your own wrapper class. I hope Bajrang Patil, I am answer that things. When you are use integer, defaultly your JVM understand that integer value, and defaultly it's understand double value. So that's why it's not mandatory there to write a short. Okay. So after that, other all wrapper classes holding a same methods. So I'm not repeat that things. I want to show you the different things from character classes. So character wrapper class. So I can create one method. From to demonstrate character wrapper classes method, I create one method. So here I want to create a character object. How I can create character object? First, I need to write a class name. That is a character. After that, object name, the object. After that, the class name dot value of method. And these value of method are holding one single character, that is A. Okay. So here we are create object of character class. That is a wrapper class. After that, it's a boxing. After that, I want to unboxing that things. For unboxing, I can use a char th equal to what's a C object. C object. So it's unboxing. It's unboxing, right? After that, how many methods are available within that character class? Let's check. So let's check how many methods are available within a character class. So here, that all methods are return a string, character or string. So that's why I use that all methods with output. For that reason, I need to write sysout. Okay. So here, I want to check that character is a letter or not. So that's why I'm write is that A, what A, that capital A is letter. I want to check that thing. So how to check? Plus the character class. When we are use a class to call a method, when that method is a type of static, then and only then we are use, then we are use a class name to call a method when that method is a static. So character dot is later method is there. Is later. Is later, and that's a accept argument, that is a character type. It's a character type. No, when you perform arithmetic operation, it must be first unboxing. Otherwise, it's not possible to perform arithmetic operation directly over an object. But if you extract the value using loops from object, then it's more easy to perform arithmetic operation using object also. Message from Samruddhi. So I just want to check that my voice is audible and screen are visible to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, wrapper classes store null values. Okay. Okay, let's move. So for characters, there are lots of methods are holding by character class, and we can go with that means we can check each and every methods. So next, I want to check A is a digit. So which method is there? Is digit method. Is digit method is there. After that, I want to check that character is a white space. White space means blank space. And that's a is a white space. Is a white space. After that, I want to check that specific character is uppercase or lowercase. So there are method. Is upper. Is uppercase. And same for lowercase. Is lowercase. So it's a lowercase. After that, uh, there are lots of case conversion method also available, like two lowercase, two uppercase, two title case. So let's check that methods also. Okay. Convert in uppercase. So I can use in a small case. So it's not is that A convert in uppercase, right? So here instead is we are use two uppercase, and that CH doesn't require CS already uppercase, so it's a small case. So in a similar, we have another method to make a lowercase currently, that A convert in lowercase. So two lowercase method is there. It's for CH. CH is uppercase. To lowercase method is there. So it's a conversion of uppercase into lowercase, lowercase into uppercase. After that, if you want to convert any number into char, then there are two chars method is available. If you want to convert into string, two string method is available. There are if you want to get a type of that type, then get type method is available. If you want to get a numeric value for that character, then get numeric value method is available. So these number of methods are available within a character classes. So is any doubt there? Is any question regarding character wrapper classes? Line 41. Line 41 is a method. That method we are write for demonstrate a built-in method from character wrapper classes. In line number 42. Line number 42, we are write for create object of character wrapper class. Char is a type and character is a class. Char is a type and character is a class. Is any other question? Is any other question, Tanvi? Hope you are satisfied with that answer. Okay. Can we move? So okay. So for Boolean, there are only two value within a Boolean. Either it's a true or either it's a false. So maximum time, the Boolean value we can convert into string. That means the string value we can convert into Boolean using parse Boolean method. And we can create object of Boolean using a Boolean dot value of method. And it's accept the value that's a Boolean type. It's a true or false. Okay, if you are not have any question regarding wrapper classes, we can move. So let's see the next topic. That topic name is a classes. That topic name is classes in Java. It's a convert character into string. It's accept as argument character value. Then it's a toString method always.
Sir, then does it convert it into string or anything else?
No, it's toString means what? It's a convert into string. The character we are represent in single quote. After conversion, that character we are represent using double quote. So it's allocated to a string. Okay. So we are going to learn a classes. What is the class in Java? A class in Java is a blueprint or a template for creating objects. It defines attributes, that means fields and variables, and behavior, that is methods or functions that its object will have. So in Java, everything revolves around classes and object. Since it is an object-oriented programming language. So why we are using classes? for encapsulation, for code reusability, for modularity, inheritance, abstraction, we are user classes. So how many types of classes are there? That means which classes we are going to learn here. There are number of classes, but we are going to learn here. First one is a concrete class. So I can use comment. The first one we already learned that is concrete class. That's the first one. Second one, abstract class we are learn. Next, third one is final class. Fourth one is a static class. Next, nested class. Fifth one, nested class. The sixth one is anonymous class. And the seventh, local class. The eighth one is Pojo class. The ninth one is pin class. So that number of classes we have, that means there are factory class also available, there are serialized class also available, but we need to learn some basic things. Yes, it's required maximum 50 minutes, so we can cover that all things. So Sushant, can we continue? Okay, okay. So the concrete class. What means a concrete class? A standard class with full implemented methods. That means a concrete class. It can be initiate using new keyword. That means we can create object with a new keyword. That class can be inherit other classes and implement interface. That means a concrete class. And from beginning to now, we are use that class. That is a concrete class. Huh? After that, abstract class. What means abstract class? Maybe a day before yesterday, we are learned that things, right? Abstract class. It's a declare with abstract keyword. It cannot be initiated directly. That means it's not possible to create object directly of abstract class. It can have both implemented and abstract method. And it is useful when base class shares some common functionality, but leaves certain methods for child classes to implement. That's the purpose of abstract class. After that, final class. So what's the final class and how we can write it? Look here, when we are write a final keyword with class, class name is a final class. That's a class name. You can write any class name. When you are declare anything like that, then that class is a final class. So final class declare with a final keyword. It cannot be inherited by any subclass. Once you are declare any class is a final, it cannot be inherited. That class holding concrete methods. That class holding constructor. But it cannot be inherited. After that, static class. The which class you are declare with a static keyword. That class is a static class. So it's cannot access non-static members. Non-static member, it cannot be accessed that class of outer class directly. So it is mostly used for utility and helper classes. That static class. After that, how we can create inner class. Sorry, what it's nested. What means a nested? A class inside another class, that means a nested class. So maximum time when we don't want to use inheritance, on that scenario we are using nested class, because the inner class always access directly outer class members. And one more thing, the private member also accessible within inner class. That means within when we are using inheritance and when we are declare any private member within a parent class, it's not accessible within a subclass. But if you're doing the same thing within outer class, then it's accessible within an inner class. So let's check one example. So I create one class. That class name is outer class. Name is outer class. Outer class. So that class we are created. This class holding one private member. Private member, that is a integer 10. Sorry, integer private member. And I'm assign value 10. Now, within a same class, I'm going to create one inner class. It's outer class. So here I'm going to create one another class inner class. That's the class name. And within inner class, suppose I create one method void addition. And within that addition, I want to make addition from what? Sys out. Addition of private variable plus 20. Look here, without that means what? Private member, it can be accessible within inner classes. It will be accessible within inner class. So how it is possible to create object of these nested classes? Look here. To achieve inner class, we require to pass outer class first, right? That means the first we need to create outer class object. So here I'm going to create outer class object first. Its object name is outer object. That's outer class object. Okay. Now I want to create inner class object. Okay. Now I want to create inner class object. So inner class, it's an inner object. And if I create a using new inner class, class constructor, then it's a showing error. How we can achieve that inner class using from outer class, we can achieve that inner class. So outer class dot inner class. After that, we are going to create object inner object, but that object allocate a memory from outer class space. So that's why the outer object dot new inner class objects. There are not have any limitation to create inner class in nested classes. So you can create multiple nested classes. There are not have any limitation. Yes, I will summarize these things in Marathi. Just give me some only 5 minutes. So I will finish that nested classes first. Then I summarize that all things in Marathi also. Okay. So class capital I. Let's make a changes. Capital I. So that's a way. That's a way to create inner class object. So is it clear? How to create a nested classes and how to create a object of nested classes? Is any question regarding nested classes? Okay. So I go through chat. So Samruddhi say seal class. That class are introduced in Java version 15 for better control over class hierarchy and improve security and maintainability. So that seal class is there from Java version 15. After that, what's the next question? How we can without changing outer class or inner definition? How could you? Tanvi, please on your mic. I'm not understand your question. Tanvi, please on your mic. Yes. Okay. Look here. Once again, I am explaining same thing. Outer class is our outer class, right? So we can create object directly. But to reach inner class, we need to go from outer. That means what's the absolute path of inner class? First, we need to pass outer class, then we can get inner class. So that's why we are write outer class dot inner class. After that, inner class object. And after inner class object, we require to allocate a memory for that inner class object. But where it will be allocate a memory for that inner class object? That memory is available within outer class object. So outer class object have a memory. From that memory, we are allocate a memory for inner class object. So that's why we are use outer class object, and from outer class object, we are allocate a new memory for inner class. Is it clear? Okay, no problem, Tanvi. I hope it's clear. That means whatever things I understand from you, I just explain that things for Pooja and you. Pooja, is it clear? Pooja Dole, is it clear?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Yes,
Sir,
Tanish.
can you please summarize the line number 34?
I just summarized that line number 34, but okay, I summarize it again. We are create nested classes. That what means nested classes? The class inside another class, right? So outer class is our outermost class. So we are create object normally. After that, that outer class holding inner class. That outer class holding inner class. To reach inner class, we require to pass from outer class. So that's why I'm write outer dot inner class. After that, I write a object name of inner class. But how we can allocate a memory for that object of inner class? That object are allocate a new memory from which memory allocate from outer object class. From that memory, we are allocate a memory, new memory for inner class object. Is it clear, Tanish?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So students, we remain some classes. So that classes we can continue tomorrow. Okay. So let's summarize that all things. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. These classes are that means it's recommended that everyone aware about these classes, so that we can continue tomorrow. It's not possible to cover that all things within a same session. So I'm going to summarize these things what we are learn. We are learn access modifier today, right? And that table I prove already with from which member modifier are accessible where. So that table are proved. After that, we are learn wrapper classes. What is the main purpose of wrapper classes? To convert object into type and type into object. For that purpose, yes, give me some times. I'm complete in Marathi also. Don't worry. So wrapper classes, there are how many primitive types? There are that number of wrapper classes are there. So these classes holding a methods. That methods is what? To conversion, type to object, object to type. After that, we are learn classes. Classes is a blueprint. It's a template. And there are number of classes. It's not limited to 9 classes. No, there are number of classes are there. From that number of classes, I'm going to explain here 9 classes only. So what is a concrete class? Which class we are right from beginning to current date? That's a concrete class. Is holding constructor, normal method, concrete methods. After that, abstract class. To make an abstraction, we are use abstract class. The final class, when we are use a keyword final before class keyword, then that class is a final class. Final class cannot be inherited. After that, static class. After that, nested class we are learn. So that classes we are learned today. So let's do that all things with Marathi. Okay. काय शिकलोत आज आपण? तर सगळ्यात आधी आपण मॉडिफायर शिकलो. ज्याच्यामध्ये 4 टाइपचे मॉडिफायर आहेत. ते 4 टाइपचे मॉडिफायर कुठे-कुठे ॲक्सेस होतात हे आपण बघितलं. मॉडिफायर हे कशाला लावलं जातं? क्लासला लावलं जातो, मेथडला लावलं जातं, व्हेरिएबलला लावलं जातं, कन्स्ट्रक्टरला लावलं जातं. आणि आपण हा टेबल प्रूव्ह केलेला आहे. त्याच्यानंतर व्रॅपर क्लासेस शिकलो. व्रॅपर क्लासेस म्हणजे काय? प्रत्येक प्रिमिटिव्ह टाइपचा एक क्लास प्रीडिफाईन आहे. जो क्लास हे आपल्याला प्रिमिटिव्ह टाइप कन्व्हर्जन करून देतात. म्हणजे काय? प्रिमिटिव्ह टू ऑब्जेक्ट, ऑब्जेक्ट टू प्रिमिटिव्ह ह्या कन्व्हर्जनला जे मेथड्स युटिलिटी गरजेचे आहेत त्या युटिलिटी व्रॅपर क्लास आपल्याला देतो. हमीदा, that all codes I will share by our shared folder Java full stack. Please check that folder. That's all code are available there after end our class. So काय म्हणत होतो तुम्ही? व्रॅपर
Okay.
क्लासेस. व्रॅपर क्लासेस. तर बॉक्सिंग अनबॉक्सिंग साठी व्रॅपर क्लासेस वापरले जातात, ज्यामध्ये सगळे मेथड्स अवेलेबल आहेत टाइप कन्व्हर्जनचे, ऑब्जेक्ट टू टाइप आणि टाइप टू ऑब्जेक्ट. मग याच्यामध्ये व्रॅपर क्लास किती आहेत? जेवढे प्रिमिटिव्ह टाइप आहेत तेवढे व्रॅपर क्लासेस आहेत. त्याच्यानंतर आपण स्विच झालो क्लासेस. आता हे क्लासेस आपण सुरुवातीपासून क्लासेस लिहितो. जसं की कॉन्क्रीट क्लास आपण सुरुवातीपासून लिहितो. कॉन्क्रीट क्लास म्हणजे काय? असा क्लास ज्या क्लासमध्ये तुम्ही इम्प्लिमेंटेड मेथड लिहिता, कन्स्ट्रक्टर लिहिता, व्हेरिएबल डिक्लेअर करता, असा क्लास म्हणजे कॉन्क्रीट क्लास. ॲब्स्ट्रॅक्ट क्लास, जो क्लास तुम्ही ॲब्स्ट्रॅक्ट कीवर्डनी डिक्लेअर करता तो ॲब्स्ट्रॅक्ट क्लास. ज्यामध्ये तुम्ही कॉन्क्रीट मेथड सुद्धा लिहू शकता किंवा ॲब्स्ट्रॅक्ट मेथड सुद्धा लिहू शकता. द फायनल क्लास. फायनल क्लास म्हणजे काय? जो क्लास तुम्ही फायनल या कीवर्डनी डिक्लेअर करता तो क्लास फायनल क्लास. मग फायनल क्लास हा जो असतो त्याचा पर्पज काय असतो? तर आपला क्लास इनहेरिट होऊ नये, म्हणजे कुठलाही सब क्लास आपल्या क्लासला एक्सटेंड करू नये. यामुळे आपण आपला क्लास फायनल ठेवतो. त्याच्यानंतर स्टॅटिक क्लास. कुठल्याही क्लासला मेमरी रिझर्व्ह होते जेव्हा तो क्लास अपलोड होतो मेमरीमध्ये. पण त्या क्लासला स्पेसिफिक मेमरीच मला पाहिजे तेवढ्याच टाइपची आणि ती प्री रिझर्व्ह पाहिजे. तर मी स्टॅटिक कीवर्ड वापरून क्लास तयार करू शकतो. आता हे स्टॅटिक क्लास नॉर्मली कधी वापरले जातात? नेस्टेड मध्ये वापरले जातात. कधी? नेस्टेड मध्ये वापरले जातात. त्यामुळे सिंगल स्टॅटिक क्लास आपण कधीच तयार करत नाही. नेस्टेड मध्ये आपण तयार करतो स्टॅटिक क्लास. त्यामुळे तो तिथे एरर देतो. त्याच्यानंतर नेस्टेड क्लास भेटला. आता हा नेस्टेड क्लास नॉर्मल तयार केला. आता याच्यामध्ये काय तयार केलं नेस्टेड क्लासमध्ये? नेस्टेड क्लास म्हणजे काय? जो कुठला क्लास इतर क्लासला होल्ड करतो, म्हणजे ज्या क्लासमध्ये इतर काही क्लास असतात इनर क्लास, त्याला नेस्टेड क्लास म्हणतात. जसं की आपण आउटर क्लास तयार केला. आउटर क्लासमध्ये एक प्रायव्हेट मेंबर डिक्लेअर केला. आता प्रायव्हेट मेंबर डिक्लेअर म्हणजे काय? तो मेंबर आउटसाइड क्लास ॲक्सेसिबल नसतो. पण एक लक्षात गोष्ट आली असेल, आउटसाइड क्लास कुठलेही इनर क्लास आउटसाइड क्लास नसतात. ते कशामध्ये असतात? आउटर क्लासच्या आतमध्येच असतात. म्हणजे इनर क्लासला प्रायव्हेट मेंबर ॲक्सेसिबल असतो आणि तो मेंबर ॲक्सेसिबल करून दाखवला इथे प्रायव्हेट वर. आणि त्यानंतर ऑब्जेक्ट कसं तयार करतात? पहिल्यांदा आउटर क्लासचा ऑब्जेक्ट तयार करून घेतला. कारण का? मला इनर क्लास पर्यंत पोहोचायचंय. मग त्यानंतर मी आउटर क्लास डॉट इनर क्लास. इनर क्लासमध्ये पोहोचण्यासाठी मला आउटर क्लासची मदत लागेल. त्यामुळे मी आउटर क्लास डॉट इनर क्लास लिहिला. त्यानंतर इनर क्लासचा ऑब्जेक्ट लिहिला. आता या ऑब्जेक्टला मेमरी पाहिजे. पण ही मेमरी कुठून मिळणार आहे? न्यू म्हणजे काय डायरेक्ट JVM त्याला मेमरी देणार नाही न्यू म्हटलं तर. त्याला मेमरी कुठून मिळणार आहे? आउटर ऑब्जेक्ट मधूनच मेमरी मिळणार आहे. त्यामुळे आउटर ऑब्जेक्ट मध्ये नवीन मेमरी मी तयार करतोय. न्यू इनर क्लास मेमरी. So that's a way to create nested classes. Is it clear? मी दोन्ही लँग्वेज मध्ये सांगितलेला. So wait, I'm going to share this code to you. स्टॅटिकचं एक्झाम्पल मी उद्या तुम्हाला दाखवतो. त्यामुळे मी ते काढून टाकलं ते. थोडे क्लासेस आपल्याला शिकायचे आहेत. रॅपर क्लासचा कोड दिला मी. रॅपर क्लासेसचा कोड. ऍक्सेस मोड मी डायरेक्टली अपलोड करतो आपल्या शेअरिंग फोल्डर मध्ये. तर तुम्ही तिथूनच गेट फाईल गेट केल्या तर बऱ्या होतील. काय आउटलुक. Just wait, I'm going to upload our all data. It's in OneDrive. आज आपण काय काय शिकलो ते सगळ्या गोष्टी मी इथे अपलोड करतोय. माय फाइल्स, जावा फुल स्टॅक.
वाटलं की त्यांनी ते ना पहिला एखादं
ओके. ओके, ज्या गोष्टी आपण शिकलोय त्या सगळ्या गोष्टी मी अपलोड केल्यात आपल्या जावा फुल स्टॅकच्या कोर्स मटेरियल मध्ये. तुम्ही तिथून त्या सगळ्या डाउनलोड करू शकता. पण शेवटचा प्रोग्राम मी अपलोड केला नाही कारण तो अजून अर्धवट आहे. तर we will complete that classes tomorrow and then I will upload that things to our share folder. So please wait, I'm going to take attendance. After complete full stack, then we can start a DSA. Full stack have a large syllabus. DSA is a very small things. There we are learn only how we can implement algorithms using Java. Wait, I'm going to take attendance. Okay, so students, it's done. So thank you very much for attending today's class. If you have any question, you can ask. Spring Boot. The Spring Boot part I will cover from Spring. That's lots of things are there. From Spring, there are lots of things. Okay, so thank you very much for attending class. See you tomorrow on same time with the same link. And we will continue classes. So that's why I'm not post that half code on our repository. So it will be posted. So thank you very much. See you tomorrow. I'm going to end this session here. No, not today. We not have any assignment. Once we are complete some basic concept, then I'm start to give you assignment. Not now. So thank you. I'm going to end this session here. See you tomorrow.